Alright, guys. So I waited 2 weeks to post this video. So, spoiler, I think 2 weeks is enough. But spoilers, if you haven't seen Split, I'm going to talk a lot about it. Because right here, one of my favorite movies growing up was Unbreakable. Yeah, that's right. When I was in middle school, this movie was my go-to movie. Look, you can see how worn out my cover is. I've literally had this movie since 2001 on DVD. It is... my God, I must watch this a lot. So, here's what you need to know about Unbreakable. It's a comic book movie. No comic book based on it, though. Or, it's not based on a real comic book. And it came out before all the comic book movies. So basically, when I was in middle school, all I had to watch as far as comic book movies were those Batman movies, Superman Christopher Reeves, Unbreakable, and X-Men. It wouldn't be a couple years until Spider-Man came out that, you know... So I read a lot of Spider-Man books, too. But, I just dropped some stuff off my desk. I just rewatched this after watching Split, which, by the way, fantastic movie. I'm sure everyone's aware of the twist by now. But anyway, I just want to talk about the links between the movies. You know, David Dunn at the end of Split, and what this means. Because the Crumb character was written originally for Unbreakable, and in fact, Shyamalan always said he always envisioned Unbreakable as a trilogy. And he was going to have two villains in Unbreakable, apparently, and Crumb was one of them. But it wasn't working in the film, and in fact, he did a really good job of scrubbing the entire movie of Unbreakable of every reference to Crumb, with one exception. At the very end, right before the big reveal twist happens, where Samuel L. Jackson is the bad guy, his mom says there are always two types of villains. The archenemy who fights the villain with his mind, which is what Samuel L. Jackson's Mr. Glass did, and those who punch. So we know the villain we're getting for the Unbreakable sequel. It was just a matter of how to set him up, and I think Shyamalan returned to his form after having some flops and terrible movies in between. Last Airbender, I'm looking straight at you, and After Earth. God, man, we'll talk about After Earth later. In a different video, I'll devote an entire movie to it because I hate, or YouTube video because I hate it. But it makes a lot of sense, and especially with the names of the movie, because Bruce Willis's character literally is unbreakable. He can't be shattered. He can't be split. And the split that happens with James McAvoy's character in Split makes sense because he's on the same side of spectrum as Dunn. It's just, he's split because of it. He's got a split personality. It's a pun on words. It's really good. It's like when you have the Amazing Spider-Man or something like that. David Dunn is unbreakable. Crumb is split. I mean, it's a play on words, and it's fantastic, and there's a lot to read into, and I'm going to see Split again. I promise that much. It's a fantastic movie. But it makes me wonder what is in store for part 3. Are we going to see Samuel L. Jackson return as Mr. Glass and Crumb fight David Dunn at the same time? If David Dunn is like a or if Crumb is David Dunn's Metallo, then that makes Samuel L. Jackson David Dunn's Lex Luthor. I really would love to see a movie where Crumb and Mr. Glass team up. And what about the girl in the movie with the scars, too, that didn't get harmed by Crumb because she was different than everybody else, just like they are? So it makes me wonder, how many movies in this universe are we going to get? Are we just going to get the 3? Only Shyamalan knows, and I'm glad to see him return to form with Split. I didn't realize what was going to happen, and a staff member came out, or a former staff member came out and ruined it for me. But all in all, I gotta say, even knowing that twist going in there, it made me appreciate the movie more, and I was looking for more things. That's why I kind of wanted to hold off on talking about Split, because there's so much going on, and I'm going to be analyzing these movies probably when Split comes out on Blu-ray. I'll have to upgrade my Unbreakable, because I watched it again last night, and my Blu-ray player didn't do a very good job of upscaling the quality, and I can't get rid of this one because of all the bonus features, but I definitely would like to see a better quality on my on disc. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and we'll talk about more movies later.